Hello, it's Nataly Lorraine. I decided to hit you guys with another reading today or message, really. I don't know if I'm going to pull from my cards. I'm really nice and relaxed. I just got back from a spa day here in Merida. I got a 1 hour spa, hot stone massage, and a pedicure for 60 US dollars. Love this place. So I'm nice and relaxed. That's why I'm coming on here. Wanted to do my video earlier, but I was like, no, let me get in my zen. Let me get my space all cleared and stuff like that. And it's about to rain, so I wanted to make this video before it starts storming. Um, I wanted to start out with saying please like, share, subscribe. Taking a little bit of hiatus from Instagram. I really just want to focus on my YouTube channel. I feel like I was spread really thin. And I'm going to start pouring into my Facebook page. I'm kind of going to leave Instagram alone. It wasn't giving me the results that I wanted. And that's okay because everybody's not going to get the same results. And yeah, I just want to pour into my YouTube channel. I just feel like that's where I'm going to be able to reach the most people. And yeah, we're going to do that. So Nia Shea Healing on Facebook and on YouTube. You're watching it now. And of course, donations are always accepted. I've changed my Cash App to $healing, HEALING, Nia. And then PayPal.me/Nia Shea, NIAESHE. And I think I'm on Zelle as well with Nia Shea Healing at gmail.com. All right. So, and I am also doing personal readings, 30 minutes for 50 US dollars or 900 pesos, and 60 minutes or an hour for $100 or 1,800 pesos. And for the Spanish speakers, I am doing readings for you as well. I do not do them in Spanish, but I will be able to do a private YouTube link, and there is an option for you to translate it. It auto translates into Spanish. So that's my way of reaching you all as well until my Spanish gets better. All right, so I really, on my spirit today, and I kind of posted on my personal page, is that there is a big shift right now in the universe, and a lot of people are being called to step out of the matrix. And when I say like the matrix, if you've seen the movie, you know how like people are kind of like robots to a certain extent, whether they realize it or not. They kind of wake up, they drink their coffee, they eat breakfast, they kiss their wife, they go to work, to a job they may. Most people don't love their jobs, but there are people that do. And then come home, watch TV, spend some time with their kids, go to bed. And that's what I mean by the matrix, or you can say the rat race. But yeah, it's calling a lot of people to kind of step out of that and to take more action in their lives. So what I was touching on earlier is it was really on my spirit today to encourage all the people, and you don't have to be a reader or spiritual or anything like that, like doing any type of spiritually based service. This is for anybody. This is for those that are going back to school for the third time. They got the first 2 degrees, didn't enlighten them or didn't feel fulfilling, so they decided to do that degree that they wanted to do as a child, but they were encouraged not to do. Everybody is not going to be an IT person or a STEM, and I didn't go to school for STEM. I probably could have. I have the brains to do STEM, but that wasn't what I was called to do, and I know that student loans are a pain in the butt. I mean, I got quite a bit of them myself from undergrad and graduate school, but I don't regret going for the things that I went for. I mean, I think it suited me and my passions for my life. Now, basically, go do the things that lights you up. And yes, you're going to struggle a little bit. Things are not going to be like a crystal stair. But because of the way that our world is right now, we need more people loving themselves enough to go after what they truly are meant to do on this earth. Okay, so if that's you and you've been an accountant your entire life and you decide that you want to be a painter, go be a daggone painter, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Sign up for some classes. Start on YouTube. My mother is an artist and she never went to school for it. She was, for the most part, I mean, she still is in like corrections or law enforcement, criminal justice, whatever you want to say. And she just woke up one day and was like, I'm going to sketch something. Now, there's more backstory to that, but I mean, she started drawing in her 40s. So, like, it doesn't matter. And then Ava DuVernay, she didn't start being a producer or behind the camera until I think in her late 30s or 40s. Samuel Jackson didn't get his big break until 30 or 40s. And I'm not saying that that's the age that you need to wait. But I'm just saying, like, it's never too late to shift gears. You don't know. You should know that there's more out there for you, but you don't know if it's going to be hard. You don't know if there's somebody already waiting or watching for you to make that decision, for them to be like, hey, girl, I seen that, I've been watching for a while, or not in a creepy way, guys, but like people watch people. I just want to keep it real. And I know growing up, my mom or my parents used to always say, this, I can't think of the saying now, of course, but essentially like people are always watching you, even when you think they aren't. I think that's the saying. And not in like a creepy way, but more in so like people that you don't think know anything about you are following you, especially now in this social media age where most people post a lot about their lives, whether it's the highlights or not. You're posting your life and people are following you. They might not be your friends. Maybe your page is public. And I'm not just saying just in social media, but social media is a bigger platform. So it allows people to kind of keep their eye on you a little bit easier. But even in your workplace, you might be the person that people see that you're not supposed to be there, or there's something greater. And this makes me think of when I was working in Orlando. I was a YMCA coordinator in Orlando, Florida, and I had this very sweet lady that was my counselor. I was essentially her boss. Her name was Miss Ann, and I remember just telling her, and she was very religious and in a respectful way. Like, I'm not religious. Well, we didn't have the same religious beliefs. We believed in God. That was our commonality. But she was very religious, and I would tell her, like, my frustrations with the job, and she would see that I would pour, like many teachers would pour so much money and really would like trying to really uplift these children and show them other interests that they may not have access to or anybody in their family to show them about. And I remember telling her, like, I don't think I can do this long term. Like, this job is draining. And I remember her telling me, like, God has a bigger purpose for you. And she was just like, don't ever stop. Just keep going. And it's been, how many years? It's been 3 years, 4 years, something like that. And I still remember that conversation. But I say that to say, it's like, even in your workplace, there are people, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, y'all. I don't know. There are people, I think it's just a strong message. There are people that are watching you and they know that you are, oh my God. They know that you're destined for greatness. And they're just waiting for you to realize on your own that you can do it, okay? Oh, I'm getting emotional, and it's not about me, y'all. It's about, I have so many people in my life and that I've seen that I see, come on, spirit, that I see the life literally being sucked from them, doing things that they feel like that they have to do. But there's such a greater mission for their lives, but they don't believe in themselves strong enough that they can get it. And it's guys, I'm so sorry. It's like society, I mean, we're basically conditioned that way, that you follow in the footsteps. You just do what you're told, essentially. You get up, you go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have children, you love your grandchildren, and you retire at that job, and if God willing, you got enough money saved up, you either move to a retirement community, or you just live your life in retirement where you grew up, you know what I mean? And you just enjoy the last 15 to 30 years of your life. And I just know that that's not what any of us are supposed to do. I mean, not the bare minimum. If those are things that you want to have in your life, there's nothing wrong with that. But you should not just be doing things because they're expected of you. Of course, yes, I think I left the door open, my bad. Take responsibility, if you have children and this, that, and the third, and you have bills and all that stuff. I'm not saying don't work. I'm saying you should have something in your life that you're passionate about, even if it's a hobby. But I feel like there's enough resources and abundance, and I'm just going to be quite frank, money in this world for you to do something that you're both good at and that pays you well. You don't have to pick between the two. And I just want to tell people that are out there kind of breaking away from the norm and it's getting hard, don't give up. Like I said, this morning, it was just on my spirit, like, you're going to run into people that don't understand what you're going through. And a lot of times because they can't relate. Like, you can't sit there and talk to somebody about flying in a plane if that particular person is scared of heights. Like, they already have a mental block. Like, well, I would never ride in a plane because I'm scared of heights. So it's going to be real tough for you to be like, oh, flying is going to be amazing. It's going to be able for me to get places that I want to go quicker. I myself, I don't love flying. I mean, it's not my favorite thing to do. But I know it gets me places quickly. I mean, until I can teleport, that's the fastest way I'm going to get to wherever I need to go. That's more than like a 6-hour drive. So it's a necessary evil for a lot of people. But I say that to say, like, be careful who you share your dreams with, because they will subconsciously project their fears onto you, and you will internalize it subconsciously and block your blessings. Like, we can't be doing that. And I'm not saying that people do it to hurt you, because a lot of time it comes from a place of love, but it also comes from a place of fear. And those two things, they can't live in the same space at the same time. Love and fear don't go together. Okay? They're complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay? And you gotta pick one. When you're living in love, things are gonna go easier for you. When you're living in fear, things are gonna be a little bit harder for you. You're gonna feel a little stagnant. You might be content, but you always gonna have something a little bit like, I know I can do better. And we just gotta stop this, guys. And this is not just for young people, like, or my generation. I'm a millennial myself. I'm towards the end of the millennial because I was actually born in 90. But I think the cap is 39, I believe. The end of the millennial generation, the start of that, zennials. I don't get too caught up in those age brackets, but I know kind of where they start and where they end. But I'm talking about like my parents' generation as well. I think they are baby boomers. Yeah, my parents' generation, baby boomers. It's not too late for y'all either. And I don't know if you watch this channel, but even if you're my age and you have somebody in your family that is taking on a second career or a third career, encourage them. And another thing that I want to tell people is that when somebody you care about is doing something, please support them. And that doesn't mean just monetary. I mean, that helps. Honestly, when it comes to building a business, that is the kindest thing someone can do is patronize your business. I'm telling you, y'all. And don't ask for no discounts. Okay? If they offer you a discount, that's one thing. But if you truly care about that person, don't ask for no discount unless you truly need it. But a lot of times we shortchange the people that we know we got the closest bond to. We break down our relationships with people by just expecting them to give their gifts that God or the universe, or if you don't believe in none of that, just they spent time perfecting. And you're asking that. This is somebody that you share a bond with. Like, hey, can you discount what your gift for me because we know each other? That's so disrespectful. But if you can't patronize them, you don't have the money to do so on a consistent basis. If they have a YouTube page, share it in other groups. Sometimes you are in different groups. They don't know the people. If they have business cards, take a few to work. If they have an event, show up. Be there early. Help them set up. Like, this is, I don't know why this is making me so emotional, but it is because there's so much love in this world, and a lot of people have so much love to give, but a lot of times that love doesn't come from the people they think it's going to come from. And while as a person that has stepped out of that particular has broken that traditional path and pissed some people off in the process, it does get to you. Eventually, like, you accept it, but it's tough. Like, we're talking about the same people that would be there for every birthday party, every graduation. From now, they do preschool graduation, they do kindergarten graduation, they do graduations for a lot of grades all the way up until you graduate. Then grad school, schooling, your 4-year degree or your associate's degree or your trade school, whatever. You're talking about the same people that will show up for that. You decide that you want to be an artist and be on the road. They can't show up to a show. Y'all can't show up to a show because it's different. It's out of the norm because they're not following the same path that you. You can't show them support. Is that really how we doing? And a lot of times sometimes it's out of envy. But a lot of times it makes them uncomfortable. When I tell you, though, it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay if that person makes you realize the dreams that you haven't put energy into. Maybe that's why you need to go to that show. Maybe that person is supposed to inspire you. You're not supposed, nobody is supposed to stay stagnant their entire life. The whole point is for you to progress. If we all stayed babies, where would the world be? Babies can't drive cars. Babies can't have other babies. Babies can't rule in an office. So, like, our whole life cycle is built for us to grow and grow in community. There are too many people out here dying in isolation because they lack real, true human connection around them. And it's ridiculous because we're the most tapped in people. We have the most access to people in the world. Like, you have, like, I'm not going to say back in the day, but I'm just going to say my parents' generation, where you pretty much only knew the people that lived in your town or your city. I can right now look on Facebook or social media and find somebody in a country I can't even pronounce. There's no reason why all these people are so depressed and just lacking love when they have people that they share blood with around them, and they have people that they've invested in, that they've been to their kids' birthday party. I just don't get it. And then you have all these people with this this low vibrational stuff, with these mass shootings and whatnot, these mass killings. Like, we can offset that. If you believe in anything, believe in the balance of the yin and the yang. If there's so much on this side and kind of low vibrational, that means we have on the other side the capacity to be high vibrational. And this goes across religious backgrounds. This just goes down to fundamental, just being a human being. You know that you can be hateful, and you also know that you can be loving. Okay? That's a choice. That is a choice that you make every day. And I'm just saying that, like, people, we got to wake up. We got to, tap into your higher self. Tap into a faith system that you believe in, that supports you. Don't just be in a religion that you grew up in, or a belief system that you grew up in, because that's what everybody else around you does. That's not acceptable anymore. There's too much information out here. We are too smart as a nation, as a world, as global citizens. We are too smart to just follow what we've known before, because that was the only information that was given to us. Seek your own information, okay? Find a community. Find a faith base. Find a belief system. If it's not faith, if you're atheist, that's fine. Find a community for yourself that you can grow in, that can thrive in, and that you can inspire other people. We need to be connected more so right now than any time in this universe, in this whole timeline. This is the time. And it's so easy to do. But we act like it's so hard. Yes, it's going to make you uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to bring out some things in you. But not just bad, good too. You got to realize you can't receive anything good if your hands are closed. What can get in there? Not a thing, okay? So support those people that are stepping out of those paths, and not just those people. Support the people that are just breaking their family's generational curses. Support those ones that are going to school for the first time. Support those ones that are opening their business for the first one in their family, well, in a couple generations, because a lot of us come from entrepreneurs. We had, because we had to, being a person of color, they weren't letting us in them schools for a long time. So a lot of us already come from that kind of background, but we're reinventing what that looks like. Tap into those people, support them, send them a card, call them, text them if you don't like to call, reach out to that person, write them an email if you old school shit, write them a letter. I don't know, I'm a little sentimental. The nicest thing that someone can do is actually write me a handwritten note, honey. I'll be crying like a baby, okay? But an email will suffice. That's so much different. But really, at the end of the day, what really matters is the intent that you reached out to this person. Be like, listen, I see you and I support you. If you need something, let me know. Go to their event. Look at their website. Go to their YouTube page. Like their posts. Share them. Talk about them to other people. And I want to say this, and I know that a whole bunch of people are going to watch this, but especially black people, we are the most, I'm not going to say we are the most gossiping people, but I know black people talk. Okay? I've been around my family and my friends, and we talk about everything and not just bad things. We talk a lot. And you're telling me that in those daily conversations when you are talking about your kids and possibly that job that you can't stand, that you can't talk about, so-and-so we went to high school with is a musician. They have a show coming up. Hey, girl, what you doing? It's free or it's $10. You telling me y'all can't do that? It's sad that a lot of people, their support is going to come from complete strangers. It just shouldn't be because, like I said, it hurts. And I'm saying that from somebody that knows, that's currently going through something like that, currently, breaking through the path and just seeing how people will like a picture, a regular picture that I post, a smiling picture. But let me post something real. Let me post something about my videos. Now, I understand that tarot, to a lot of people, especially people that I know, they're Christians, it's taboo, and I get that to a certain extent. But everything, my message comes from God. Like, all of my stuff is not tarot-based. These are just tools. God gave me this vessel to get these messages the same way that your ministers and your bishops and all of those people that you guys love so much, I'm getting the same info. Okay? Maybe my delivery is different and the tools that I use are different. But honey, we're all doing, well, not to say we're all doing, but essentially the real ones in all of those faith bases, we're basically going after the same thing. Is to raise people to a higher level of consciousness. Point blank, period. Because when we have low vibrational people, the world suffers. And we already have so much suffering as is, okay? So please, step outside. Go back to your roots. I know I keep journals. Go back and look in that journal. Or when you were little, when you were like 5, 6, when they ask you what you want to be when you grow up. Now, I know some people going to have some outrageous things like they want to be a singer or they want to be a princess or they want to be. But, I mean, the kids' minds, they had no boundaries. You had no boundaries. You had no limits as a child. There is some way for you to look at those particular dreams as, let's say, as a lot of girls said they want to be a princess. All right, that just means that you want to be in the spotlight. That doesn't mean that you can't be a politician. I mean, when you think about it, holding the office is kind of like being a prince or a princess. All right? Work those dreams. Try to tap into your child's self and try to flip it because that inner child knew. Okay, when you were younger, you knew what you wanted to do. I mean, you had so much of an idea what you wanted to do. Go back to that. There's no reason why everybody can't do something that both excites them and allows them to have a lifestyle that they want. And not everybody wants to be rich. Okay? I'm not saying that you got to be rich. You got to be the next Mark Zuckerberg or the next, what's his name? Amazon guy. I can't think of his name right now. You ain't got to be a mogul. Sometimes you just want to have that. Some people just want the corner store in their neighborhood. That's not a hard dream to accomplish. Yes, it's not going to be easy. I mean, I know you got to buy the land or lease the. I know there's going to be talking too fast. Obstacles to that, but it's not impossible. A lot of your dreams, they're not impossible. And I swear, y'all talk about like I'm asking you to create a cure for cancer, which clearly is not impossible because we have it. Okay, so I'm saying even the things that we thought were completely unattainable, they're attainable now. We're about to have flying cars real soon. I mean, we technically have them, you know, but I'm saying like we're going to have cars already starting to drive themselves. You tell, if I go back and tell my great grandma that we're going to have flying cars, she probably going to think I was crazy. But that's not even far-fetched. It's happening. Please, guys, don't give up. Dig deep. Find something you're passionate about. Do that. If you want to you've been working in your job for 2 decades, you don't want to leave, all right, cool. I get it. Find an outlet. Don't go to work, go home, eat, go to sleep. Find something in there that sparks you. Because if you're sparked outside of work, you're going to find some sparks in work. I'm telling you. If you're happy people are productive people. So if you want to work, I guarantee you're going to get more work done Monday through Friday at your real job. If you got something on Saturday that just makes you giddy inside that you do. Even if that's just volunteering at the local retirement home or reading or going downtown and giving out, food to the homeless. I don't know. Something. Give more love. We don't have a limit of the love that we're able to give to people. And we act like we do. We act like it's stingy. Y'all need to open up them heart chakras, okay? Y'all need to be vulnerable. Y'all need to let people in. And we need to balance. We need to get this feminine energy back. And I'm not talking about like feminine, like motherly, like caring. We got too much masculine energy in this world. It's so imbalanced, and we have to offset that. That's why people are so aggressive and so cold. We need to balance out. There's nothing wrong with masculine energy, and there's nothing wrong with feminine energy, but we need balance of them both. You can have too much of both of them. We need to offset it. It's just crazy. I mean, we can't have all these people dying. We can't have all these people dying silently. That's my biggest thing. You got people. I didn't think it was going to be this kind of message today. But you got people right now that are sitting at a table somewhere Spirit, conversing with people, looking completely content on the outside, and literally wondering if their life is worth living. Because, and thinking that they don't need to be here any longer. Because they're not able to connect to people. That's just so sad. That breaks my heart. And I've lost somebody over that. I think I've lost a couple of people over the years, and I'm not even 30. And I've lost friends because they felt like whatever they were going through was so overwhelming that they decided to leave their earthly bodies, put it that way. We got babies. We have children. 8, 9. We got babies taking their lives. Y'all, we're responsible. Take the atheist stance. We are all one human race. We are all responsible for each other. We're all in this together. You don't need religion to give support. You don't need religion to love someone. You don't need religion to understand someone. You don't need that. That helps having commonalities. But we don't have to be so divisive. Life is really quite simple. We just make it so hard. And I promise you, I did not know I was going to get on here and be crying. And like I tell y'all, it's not something that I'm personally going through. I feel so deeply about it. I'm a Cancer. I feel so deep about a lot of things in this world, and it just breaks my heart. We got to do better. And I really hope I didn't show not one single tarot card in this video. This was straight from spirit. Okay? And I hope that the people that are Christians and whatnot, please share this message. Okay? This message is universal. I think that's what's wrong with us. We feel like we shouldn't share things because it doesn't fit into the little box. But I'm not a Christian, and I watch ministers all the time because their messages are universal. I don't be like, oh, they talking about Jesus, let me not listen. No, because at the end of the day, it's the same thing. They're trying to raise the vibrations of people, for you to love in yourself, for you to understand that you're a part of something bigger, if that's a higher power that you're thinking, or if that's just look at you in the universe, all the people that are here. We're all in this together. But I hope this message helped somebody. You are not alone. If you need a friend, text me. Call me. Even if I can't relate, you starting some type of astrophysics app that's out of my realm, I will listen. I will give advice. And I guarantee you, for the other people, there's somebody in your life that they just want you to listen. I think at the core of every individual here on this planet, everybody just wants to be loved, and they want to be understood, and they want to belong. 3 things. We can give that to people. I mean, I know it starts within. You got to love yourself. But sometimes you need people around you to love you when you don't love yourself. Everybody don't just come out being happy-go-lucky all the time. So please, I know this is a long video, but please, it was needed. Thank you, Spirit, for letting me be a vessel for that message. We have to do better, y'all. I'm tired. I'm so tired. As a light worker, I'm tired. But I know I got to keep going because this is what I was put on this earth to do. And I'm going to do it until I leave this earthly body. Okay? So please, find something. Find something that sparks joy. Support those people around you. And just love more. Hush. Peace. Hush.